It does not look good. I mean, it's just, you just look so weak because basically you're going to become the political punch bag of Trump now because he knows, like, there's nobody to respond,
You can't fight
essentially.
back,
And
right? But I mean,
yeah,
we
no,
came
it's
out of this whole thing looking like way bigger clowns than them. So I mean, what does that say about this place right now? Okay, because
Yeah.
they had a puppet, like a literal meat puppet that couldn't use his brain as the president. Okay, followed by that shrieky woman for God knows how long, right? And we are worse than that shit show, right? And so hold on. Now that we got all this Trump shit going on, now we don't have a government to deal with it for the next 3 months. So how does that play out, Luke?
It does not look good. I mean, it's just, you just look so weak because basically you're going to become the political punch bag of Trump now because he knows, like, there's nobody to respond,
You can't fight
essentially.
back,
And
right?
well, yeah, and like Trudeau is done. Like he knows that, so he's just going to continue to use Canada as a punching bag. And the Canadian dollar has got absolutely smashed over the past year. Like I was looking just the other day, it's down like over 16% since the highs in 2021. Like that's a big decline for a major currency, and other currencies have gone down as well. Yeah, sure, but the Canadian dollar has gone down a lot more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
When I looked at the airport exchange for I think it was 62 cents or something like that after all their fees and their horrible
oh,
rate.
after their fees, that's
Yeah. I'm
crazy.
just
Oh
saying this is like the
gosh.
airport, the worst place to exchange money is 62
Yeah.
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah, it's like 72, I think, at the moment now, without like all the fees and
I don't
all
think
the
you'll get that
horseshit.
though. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll be
we're
under 70.
but
So how does this play out with Trudeau? So he's, the proroguing of government, what's going to happen over the next few months?
did he step down?
Well, yeah, I mean, he should step down. I don't think he's going to, though. And it's not the first time I've been looking into the history of this. It's not the first time the Conservatives did it back in 2008, which is ironic considering everything that's happening with the economy right now. And they did it back
Mm,
2008, 2010. So it's happened a bunch of times. But I mean, yeah, it's just going to mean that nothing's going to happen, essentially. The same shit is just going to carry on and we're not going to go anywhere. And like, that's pretty, I mean, it's a pretty grim reality right now that Canada's having to face up to.
Can we tariff them back if they're on this prorog thing that everybody now knows the word prorog, which is crazy? I didn't know it like
Yeah.
last week. Did you?
No, I didn't know. I was
Oh,
like,
what
prorogation? I
what
was
is
like,
this shit?
what the fuck?
Right? No, but
But yeah,
how
no.
do we fight back when there's no one that can fight back? We're just gonna pay
Well,
tariffs? What if he's really
yeah,
serious?
yeah, I mean, nothing's going to happen. It depends whether that happens because I think Trump's threat, what was it now? It was to do with the border, wasn't it? That he was going to implement that
Originally.
tariff if the. Oh, okay. It's
Originally
probably
was if
changed.
the border had to get secured and the fentanyl had to stop coming through the border, and that would stop the terrorists. But now he's on a fucking like he's literally trying to merge and acquire, all these other resources around the planet, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that there's nothing behind this. I mean, we do have a considerable amount of stuff. So, like, if you're
Yeah.
heading a dying empire, I mean, you have to find ways to grow your dying empire as you're inflating the currency into oblivion, right? And so, how do you do that in a business environment? You're going to merge and acquire with maybe other
True.
dying right major corporations so that you can keep the zombie corporation alive for longer, right? And so if you look at it that way, I mean, Canada's a great fucking pick, right?
mhm.
Because look at all the shit we've
Yeah.
got.
And the
Yeah.
world stage right now with Putin and the war in Palestine, like I think like now's the kind of opportunity for someone to get away with things that they probably couldn't have 10 years ago,
Rearrange
right?
the pieces
And
a
Yeah.
so
little bit.
it kind of makes like, it kind of makes it a little bit more real, right? When we start thinking about it like that.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like we've been called traitors for just talking about the idea of becoming part of the United States, but there's Canadians who are like, "You motherfuckers, you got to stand back. You got to fight for this country, okay? You got to fight against those fucking Americans." And I'm like, "With what? Like, what are we gonna
Yeah,
do
there's no way.
if they want this place? Like,
Let's
right?
be honest. One day it'll happen. Maybe at that point in time, it'll be all of North America, South America, all like just the United States of whatever, right? But eventually that's going to happen. I've known that for years, my whole life. I've always looked at the situation and be like, really, America's going to take over the whole world. 100
No,
years from now, one way or next, America will own one part, China will own another part, Russia will probably own Europe. Like it's just the way things go. You
no.
know,
Luke
governments.
knows that we were supposed to be part of Kanzook.
Yeah,
Do you remember
with the
Kanzook?
UK.
It was
Well,
like
that was with like
Canada, New
New Zealand and
Zealand,
Australia and all that kind of stuff.
Australia, and the
Yeah,
UK
but
was going to be this big trading partner.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I mean, they still kind of are because of the connection to the monarchy, but there's just no benefits with it. In fact, there's more disadvantages, as we just saw with the prorogation. Go to the governor general, who's part of the monarchy, and they just say, yeah, done.
yeah, yeah. And also just the logistics of all that too doesn't really make it easy, right?
It'll make it easier.
No.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.